you get a cape when you come over to our side. You know.
It's after hours at EPS Connect 2024. Everyone's gradually making their way home, except for me and Pat.
Yeah.
We're still here.
Yeah, well,
Keeping
it's hard to get rid of us.
It's true enough. They'll have to kick us out, lock the doors behind us.
Yeah.
So how many, I'm asking everyone this, how many Connects have you got? You've got the notches on.
And you know, I honestly can't remember because I came and then I didn't come for some years and then I came again and then I didn't come for some years because I've had this kind of checkered past where sometimes I worked for vendors where it wouldn't have been appropriate to be here. And then I worked for market research companies, so it was appropriate to be here. But then at other times I worked for vendors where it was appropriate to be here. So it's been checkered back and forth, but quite a few, going back to when all we ever talked about was offset, before the days of digital, and when we still called Hagen, and, you know, and Monarch had another name, and, you know, so eventually we started coming together under the auspices of EPS, which last year was the first time.
First time, yeah.
And so 2 EPS Connects.
2 EPS Connects, okay. Is this event a good barometer of what's going on?
I think it has been some years and maybe not in others over the years. I think some of it has to do with where the company had been in its cycle.
Yeah.
I think certainly last year at what was the first official EPS Connect, we got a hint about the things that were going to be talk tracks at Drupa this year.
Right.
Also talk tracks at Printing United, at FESPA, at Label Expo. You started to get a hint of it. I think that it has the potential to grow into something that is a larger barometer over time, especially as they've grown their partner network and as they've made some additional acquisitions that have brought even more printers into the story.
Yeah.
So I think that it has been at times. I think it will be going forward.
Okay. So there's 2 things I always think about Pat McGrew in relation to. One, we said earlier, is software. Okay. The other one is spotting trends.
I try to.
Even, let's call them mega trends. Any mega trends at this event?
You know, for the first time this year, I have felt that workflow is coming into its own. That finally the world is catching up with my belief that workflow is a superpower. And you're seeing it in the questions that are being asked in the sessions here at Connect. Printers used to come because they had to.
Right.
They had to come to Connect to figure out, you know, maybe they were having some challenges in their workflows, that this piece wasn't connecting to this piece. Gee, I thought I was supposed to be able to know this and I can't figure out how to know it. And so they were coming to get those kinds of questions answered. This time it's, wait a minute, if I'm going to grow my business, I need to be a lot more automated. I need to be a lot smarter about the data I'm gathering and how I'm using it. And so this is the year, and I did see it at Drupa as well, which finally had a software talk track to it after all these years. Here this year, I certainly felt that we were talking about a bigger story, that bigger ecosystem story that I know EPS would like to talk about. The printers actually came for that story this time. And so for me, that tipping point of workflow is a necessary evil versus workflow is how I'm going to grow my business. That for me is something I'm going to keep on tracking and watching for the next few years because one, I don't think it will go away. I think the proof point might have been COVID, where those who had already bought into workflow as a superpower generally survived because they could automate it. They could still take a job in, get it on press, get it out the door with minimal touch points, minimal employees in the plant. People could work from home. And those who were still, writing job tickets by hand
Job bags,
and
yeah.
living on Post-it notes and spreadsheets
Yeah.
found it much more difficult to survive. So now coming out of it, as I think printers are starting to figure out that they need to learn new niches. If you are still doing the same work you were doing 20 years ago, even 10 years ago, you might be on the wrong side of the trend line.
Yeah. Yeah.
You need to be looking for those things that will help you expand your business, and what workflow is going to help enable that.
Yeah.
That's why it's a superpower.
Yeah. And the viewpoint I've had for the past few years is I'm a hardware guy. Okay.
We love you anyway.
Yeah. I try and persuade people that they should talk to our sales team and buy a big B2 size press or whatever. And it's quite easy really to be at a show or even make a video standing in front of a piece of kit that's wearing away.
Oh,
and
it's
people
sexy,
will start,
isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Oh. But if I was there in front of a screen and a mouse,
It's
and a
not
pointer,
sexy.
Exactly.
No.
But what I've come to think of as a result of this is it's not always buying new hardware that's going to give someone more efficiency or make them more productive.
No.
It might be you don't need a new press. I'm doing myself out of a job here. You don't need a new press, you need some new software. Or you need to think about your software and how you're using it.
I would turn that story just a little bit. You can sell the fastest press on earth to someone, but if you don't support it with the right software, the right workflow,
Yeah.
and workflow is a set of software components, that fastest press in the world will never make you money.
No.
And that is an important talk track, because you still want to sell them the press because that's their means of production,
Yeah.
right? But you want to be their partner with that press. You don't want to just sell it and leave.
Yeah.
I mean, it might be easier, but the longevity of the relationship will be based in your ability to help them make the most money with that press, and that's software.
From a totally mercenary point of view, the more that press is running, the more consumables we're selling.
Absolutely true.
And therefore, the customer is billing more work and everybody's happy.
And the more successful they are meeting their customers' needs with reasonable pricing that still provide them the appropriate margin, the more likely they're going to need another press from you.
Exactly. So it's a long game.
It's a very long game, and it's an ecosystem. It's a term we've been using a lot this year, and it's not the wrong term, because again, I feel like this year we've hit some sort of tipping point where when we came to Drupa, and for the first time we saw really good sized software stands. And we saw the folks like EPS and some of their competitors and a lot of the web to print people and a lot of the other tool vendors in the software space bringing really compelling stories about how they were going to help you make money. And we saw it not just in commercial print, general commercial print, but with stories for transactional people, direct mail people, for packaging people, textile people, direct to garment people, corrugated converter people. I mean, everybody had a space at Drupa this time, and all of them had a software story to tell. And when you can tell that 360-degree holistic story, not only can I make you faster and more efficient with how you print, but if you will walk the journey with us and let us help you with that workflow story as well, we can help you make the most money with this press. You'll make money with the press if you buy it, even if you don't do all the things we suggest, but you'll make a lot more.
Yep. And you'll survive the tough times as well as reap the benefits during the good times.
And we don't know when the next economic downturn will be. We don't know what will cause it.
No.
But it'll happen because the world is cyclical, right? So now let's figure out what we can do to set you up so you won't get hurt by it.
So finishing on a happy note,
Yeah.
are you going to be here again in 2 or 3 weeks' time for Print United?
For Printing United, yeah. It's funny, I feel like I just should have moved into Las Vegas for a while. But at the end of the day, no, not really. No, I just, it was 114 degrees Fahrenheit when on Monday when I got here. And that's very hot.
It certainly is.
It
And
is.
there's no windows anywhere.
No,
and-
there's not a
and
single window. It is.
The air smells lovely, but feels dreadful.
It's like, so yeah, I will be here for Printing United, and it's a tough year for Printing United in that it is a Drupa year,
Yeah.
and traditionally Drupa sucks the marketing dollars out of every vendor.
Yeah.
But I think Printing United remains an important show because, again, a smart printer will walk the whole show.
Yeah.
Right, so
you don't know what
we're
you
we're,
might
we're
see.
sort of a combo
Yeah.
show, right? We've sort of got our production printing hall,
Yeah.
and we've got our signs and label and banner kind of
Right.
hall,
Yeah.
and it's tempting for printers to just say, well, I'm just going to go see my favorite vendors and just walk around
Yeah.
my side. The smart ones are the ones who cross-pollinate
Yeah.
and go see what's on that other hall, because it may help them understand opportunities to expand their business. So if you're a commercial printer who's mostly coming to see production presses, go walk over and take a hard look at those wide format presses.
Yeah.
Many of them are not very large, but they are very capable, and they may use the same workflow you're already putting in for your production press.
That's the old nirvana, isn't it?
Give you, again, I can't say it enough, workflow is your superpower.
Yes.
It comes with a cape and even glasses that you can take on and off to turn into the superhero.
You're making me want to turn. You really are.
It's my
Anyway.
job to evangelize.
So I won't see you at Print United because I won't be here, but I'll probably see you at Hunkler Innovations. in
Yes,
February.
absolutely. That's the next big mecca for everyone,
Yeah.
isn't it?
And that's real hardware. So maybe software will have its day there. We'll
So
see.
if you noticed when we were at Hunkler last, there were outposts of software sort of around the edges, and that's been an important part of Hunkler Innovation Days really for quite some time. But I think the story was more integrated last time, where if you were over where all the software people were, sometimes they had screens that actually were hooked to presses over in the hardware hall
yeah.
and were showing you metrics along the way, right? Operational efficiencies, all the things that you really want to know to understand your business. And I think we'll see a lot more of that this time.
Another reason why is both halls now will have hardware in.
We
They're
are
mixing
actually
it
a
up.
3-hall show. this
Yeah,
time.
the other one's all the hospitality and whatever
Yeah,
else. So they're
so-
not putting the smaller stands away.
No, they're
They're
just kind of
integrating it.
rearranging a little bit, and
that's a good
and with all that Swiss hospitality that we all come to Luzerne for.
Absolutely. Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. I will see you there. Thank
Absolutely.
you, Pat. Thanks for your time.
My pleasure.